How did we get right back where we started? How did we get right back where we started? It doesn't make sense. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Bad Boys Los Angeles. This is episode 11 of season 1. And as I said, I don't know how we got right back where we started. In this episode, we come right back in with baby girl on the table. She's on the table twerking, doing her thing. And they're enjoying. Listen, I told you they was getting a little too touchy-feely for me. I was like, these people are auditioning now. Y'all rubbing on folks, and folks is getting up, dancing on people, and grinding and bumping and carrying on. Then I looked over there and I said, well, look at the first lady, honey. That Curtis, honey, he laid back on the table. The woman done straddled him. Straddled him standing up. Then she dang near got up there and was about to she's about to ride his face. Moolah got over there. He over there grinding on folks. And then when the boys started dancing with people, they getting up, walking away. Oh, I ain't trying to see all this. I thought we moved past all that. I thought we had moved past all that. 11 episodes in, we literally turned back. See, this is the thing. There is no storyline. There's no storyline. There's segments. There's segments. We did homophobia. Then we did good ass whooping. And now we're back to homophobia. And then we threw a little transphobia on top of it. I was like, wow, what do y'all want for this show? What is it that you want? I mean, I know that like Bad Girls, it was to push the boundaries. But what are you trying to establish? Who do you honestly believe is watching this? Just a question. Natalie, Milan, Zeus Network. Who do you really think is actually watching this? I'm willing to stretch it's the LGBTQIA that's actually watching this. But, I mean, when you really break this all down, you break it all the way down to what we've seen in the last 11 episodes. We saw ratchet fighting, homophobia, flat out blatant homophobia, and now we've sprinkled it with a little transphobia on top of it. That's what we've watched. Nothing else. Nothing else. Then we watched, misogyny, the males dancing all over and feeling so free to touch all over the females. Because that's all that was. I'm like, this is a whole Me Too movement waiting to happen. Waiting to happen. But that whole the auditions at a point was making me nervous. I was like, oh, Jesus, honey. Don't nobody need no Me Too moment. But this is what we've watched. That little transphobia situation that flew out there in this episode, it was unnecessary. And I don't know what Moolah did you set out to ruin your brand? Is that it? Now, I feel like Jonathan got played. And I think he's going to be okay. But definitely a test of his brand. It was a test of his brand. It definitely wasn't a good look as pertains to his brand. Jonathan didn't need this. He didn't need this. And I feel like he's probably having to battle his way back out of this. Like, why'd you even do it? You know what I mean? I'm sure in hindsight, he probably wished he didn't even bother. But Moolah, I would love to know what are you doing? Are you trying to purposely make an enemy of the LGBTQIA? Is that what you're trying to do? Because that's how it comes across. That's how it comes across. Anyway, this whole thing with the transphobia thing, they go into this whole thing of, they separate down after they finish with the auditions, and and they were scoring the boys low, just throwing shade at the gay boys, and then the next day they were breaking it down, put everybody up on the television, and they were going through picking who they were going to put on. Now, I thought it was a great idea, like Milan said, that's for a change. I thought he did a good thing where he was saying, I think that we should actually, everybody who came out, we really appreciative of everybody who came out. I think we should find something to do with everybody who actually showed up, because you can never have too many extras. And if Zeus is going to pay for it, why not? If the budget would handle it, why not? Because a video with not enough extras looks corny. And if you're talking about having a club scene, you can never have too many people in the club. Who wants to go to a club with 10 people in it? So I loved what Milan said. But anyway, Relly, you messy bitch. Relly is the one who pulled it out there, was like, oh, moolah. He's like, listen. He was talking about, oh, yeah, number 4. Yes, yeah, number 4. He was going up for number 4. And Relly threw it out there. Oh, I had been up on her social media. She's a beautiful trans woman. And all of a sudden, right then, now all of a sudden, he don't like her, he don't want her, and he just basically told them flat out, she ain't being a part of it. I'm like, you ain't running nothing. You ain't running nothing. You are the self-appointed man of the house. But you ain't running nothing, sweetheart. Nothing at all. I would not twist my brand up with Moolah Mo. Not at all. I wouldn't be on the song with him. I wouldn't be on nothing with him. I would have my brand crossed at his brand, not no kind of way. Not no kind of way. Not at all. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. That whole scene, that was blatant transphobia. Blatant. It was blatant. It was unapologetic. Hey, and that's your Pennsylvania privilege, to feel however you want. But in this real world, it's a brand killer. See, action, reaction. Every action has a reaction, and the reaction is tear your goddamn brand up with the bullshit. That's the reaction. So good luck to you. But y'all better than me, because I would not be on no song with him. I wouldn't be doing nothing with him. Nothing. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. And you know how cancel culture is. You know how people are all fickle. You don't never know. That song turned out to be a big hit, and then the LGBTQ come against it, and then get to trying to cancel. I don't trust it. I just don't trust it. I mean, I'm part of the LGBTQIA. Do we always do everything right? Do we always be nice about stuff? Because we'll cancel people too. And sometimes it seems a bit harsh. The cancel culture is rough. It's not. And, there's nobody protected from being canceled. No one. No one. The fact that we still don't mess with Chrisette Michele it just blows me. The woman that apologized, she said she saw, she looked back at it and figured out because she was completely confused at first. She realized what the bad decision was, and people still don't want no parts of her. And it is definitely our loss. Chrisette Michele is uberly talented, extreme musician. She's not no singer. She's a songstress and a musician. It's insane what she could do. But people want no parts of her. None. I hate it. I hate it. And I think that's very harsh, what's going on with her. But I would hate to see that happen to these people being on something with Moolah, because I think he really is like just, his whole stance was to make a whole enemy of the rainbow child. But whew, whatever. Anyway, moving on. Then there was a point where they were doing what they were doing, and they're picking the girls, and then, every time I think I'm done with Milan, he came in and he overrode, because he does run the show. And I've been looking at the social media. I usually stay out of the social media stuff that's in real time. I usually just stick to the show and what's going on in the show and review what's going on in the show. Child, it's just too juicy. To see the stuff that they got going on in real time, it's just too juicy, honey. I said, these gays, honey, they are carrying something seriously terrible, honey. I tipped it, honey, that Milan is carrying on so badly on social media. The things that you say out of your mouth, honey. I'm this and I'm that. You bitches are ugly. I'm like, oh my God, honey. Terrible. It's just terrible. It's such a bad look. And I kept saying, well, why do they keep throwing out his age? When I've seen a video of how he was acting, I said, no, I understand why they're saying that. It was carrying on scandalous, is one of my good friends, Miss Deanna, says, and he's carrying on scandalous. But it's a lot. This episode, I feel like we're stretching this out. The last, basically, once Jonathan left, we're going to do one more episode to end this whole thing. These last 2 episodes are really it's really stretched out. This episode was nothing. There was like 10 minutes of content in this whole episode. Dylan, Gutta, and Carry On were out looking for locations. Gutta, I don't know what's going on. But you're being very unprofessional, and it's not a good look, baby. It looks terrible. Like you seem so miserable. Like I feel like Gutta is cheating herself out of this experience. Because now, again, 11 weeks in and seeing it played out, I just feel like Gutta's not allowing herself to intake what the opportunity is. Now you walk around with a blanket, sleeping on the van, and you just seem very, very irritated and like you really don't want to be bothered and like you really regret even coming. It's like you really regret coming. So that's hard to watch because I think it's like a thrown away opportunity. Because would I actually want to hire Gutta with the way that they're presenting Gutta? No. If I was going to throw an event and I said, you know what, I need me a performer, I wouldn't even look at Gutta because I'd be like, you don't care? You're not excited. You just don't care. Like, I can't do that. Like, people will hire you because they are under the impression that you take whatever it is you're doing as seriously as what they're doing. It's their event, but you care as much about the success of the event as they do. That's how you get hired. Right now, you don't seem to give a shit about this song, how it turns out, the video, or how it turns out. You're unhappy with everything. You're unhappy with everybody, and don't even know why the hell you're there, and neither do we. It's hard to watch. It's like you're throwing an opportunity away. This is your moment to shine, baby. I'm like, come on, Gutta. So that just looks bad for Gutta. I'm like, they gave my poor Gutta the daggone bad at it, honey. Just terrible. You're always mad. You always want to fight, but ain't fighting. You're angry. Like, you're angry, and then when you're not angry, you can't be bothered. I don't know. It just ain't looking too hot. Dylan, I don't know your purpose, sweetheart. I don't know your purpose. Then when you were throwing that shade at those boys, Dylan, do you think you're a catch? Like, you were throwing out ones during that audition. On that one little boy, the little boy was cute. Cute little boy. Over there doing his little dance. You will throw a one up there like he wasn't shit. And I'm looking at him and looking at you. And truth be told, he could take your seat and you can go find your one shoe and go on home. Because I would rather watch him. He was a cutie, hadn't he? He looked like he was Hispanic. They could take the white boy and send him home with his one shoe and put the Hispanic boy right in his seat, honey. Because I would rather watch him. Because I don't even know what you're here for. I don't know what you've done in the last weeks. Why is she here, Ike? But you giving him a one. He went over there and gave you a lap dance, girl. You know you wanted to. You ain't slick, Miss Thing. I seen you, girl. You was just embarrassed, Miss Thing. But you was getting your whole entire boring ass life. I said, Miss Dillon, get on out of here, girl. I don't understand her. She's just ridiculous. Moving on. I don't want to drag her too bad. Ridiculous ass. But they went up there to Mulholland Drive to the Overlook and all that. I was like, that could be interesting. Really cool. Yeah, okay, cool. And then, like I said, Moolah and Curtis, this whole thing about being treated unfairly and stuff, I'm like, I'm just sick of them. That's all. I ain't even going no further. I'm still stop right here. I'm sick of them. There needs to be some rules when we're auditioning. Rules like what? Rules like what? You did what you wanted to do, and when they did the exact same thing, you had an issue because you're homophobic and you're transphobic. Hello, people. Pay attention. Open your eyes. This is what it looks like. Don't let people tell you it doesn't exist. It does exist, and this is exactly what it looks like. And the key is, Curtis, you're such a damn follower that you're just ruining yourself just for the sake of following because you don't feel like that. You don't feel like that. You're just as comfortable with the girls, with your kiki and the cackling and your ooh, and you fit right in. And I'm not saying that you are one of the girls, but you're one of the girls. You are. You fit right in. You comfortable. You're only uncomfortable when Moolah tells you that it's time for us to be uncomfortable. Why ruin yourself following behind a fool? And that's all I got to say. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Oh, Lord. They went and got Winnie, too. They finally got Winnie, and Winnie's going to help them with the video and all of that and the looks and stuff. Thank God. But, yeah, I'm bored. I'm bored. And I'm wondering, did I spend my $5.99 a couple times on the wrong thing? I'll let you know soon. Anyway, later, y'all.